My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. That name that strikes fear into the heart of the Fulani Janjaweed. When they hear IPOB, they start having nightmares. I lead that very movement. Movement of the children of light. And have we not brought enlightenment to all the people? This very movement that heaven ordained must free the whole of Nigeria. Everybody must be free. And that light, the same way that the sun rises from the east, that light is coming from the east, as always. I am the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television. God gave me another assignment this year, it seems. Not only to serve the wonderful people of Biafra, but also to serve the brave youths of Nigeria. And that is what I'm doing this evening. And will continue to do until everybody is free. Until every corrupt politician is either in the grave because they'll be hanged or they are in prison. The difference between some of you and us is that we say something and we do it. You keep muttering and bumbling. Oh, things are bad, oh. Oh, things are bad, oh. Here, we make our dreams become a reality. Not because we have any strength. Not because we are better than any other person, but because Elohim is on the throne. I am always speaking the truth. You may not like it, but it is the truth.
If Nigerians listen very well, the president, when he came to power, said, I'm for nobody, I'm for everybody, which is what he should be. But eventually the president said, those who voted for me, I'm going to give them 95%. That's a hate speech against those who didn't vote for you. It is a total violation of the oath of office and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Once elected, you are no longer president of APC or PDP, but a president of the whole Federal Republic of Nigeria. Buhari violated that. In his appointment, there are 14 heads of security agencies in the country. 11 are from the north, 2 from the southwest, and 1 chief of naval staff from the south-south. Nobody from the southeast. Is that not hate? That is not even hate speech, it is hate action. Now, in the appointment of inner circle, like chief of staff, secretary to the government, everybody thought he had gone to Boneonu. You remember? And he did his usual thing. So we began to see nepotism on the part of a president. We began to see hate, which translated into marginalization, clearly. And there is no armor against the will of a people. You can't suppress any. This is a democracy. People must talk. And they began to talk. That's what they are calling agitation. Yes. If I'm being victimized, I will say it. It's very, very glaring that Buhari has been anti-Igbo, anti-East. And if the reasons are that they didn't vote for him, it's utter rubbish. It's unheard of in the history of any well-known. Trump now will say this person didn't vote for me, therefore you discriminate against them. So the president is the chief sponsor and promoter of the agitation in the southeast. I have accused him of that. Because if he had a level playing field and treated all Nigerians equally, there would be no justification. But he is the chief sponsor of all the agitations. And then when the agitation started, you expect the father of a nation to call your boys. Come, let us dialogue. He treated them as if they are inconsequential. Dialogue can solve a lot of problems. You don't have to concede, but at least you call them. He said to go to hell. The hell is where all of us are today. So the president mismanaged it, and that is how Boko Haram was also mismanaged. You take an inconsequential, unknown Kanu and put him in the prison, he becomes an instant hero. And then you release him and give him terms and conditions, he violates it. Because you have created a hero. The president created this situation This APC government of Buhari is responsible for the agitations you are seeing all over the country.
Oga Buhari, General Buhari, advice I have for you. If you know where you come from Katsina, don't come back to Abuja. Leave the place, because we in Nigeria, we are tired of you as a president. Because you cannot defend your own village. You are in that village. This Buhari is in your own village that kidnapped 600 people. He sent delegation from Abuja to come and see what happened for Katsina. Is it not a shameful something? And the same president is not there to look at the people that he called from Abuja to come to Katsina. Okay? I not believe that we do not have a president, and Nigeria did not have anybody ruling them. I advise the youth, anybody, if you have money to buy gun or money, buy and defend yourself. Security, police cannot defend you. Army cannot defend you. No state that the president will go, that all junction, they will not be tied with security agencies. And the same state in village that the president is, 600 people were kidnapped. Okay? Me and you, how many are we here? Ask me how they take kidnap the people. Which motor they carry? I mean, they told them they disappear. Okay, president, if you know where you keep the children, stop putting. I tell you something last time. When they start for NSAS, they kill innocent people in Lekki Togate to distract the heart of the people. Then after like 2 weeks, they went to Bronu to massacre farmer to distract the heart of the people. Now the heart of people are leave Bronu, they are leave NSAS killer. Now the heart of the people are now in where? In Katsina. 600 children that are adopted. Okay? Another one is still coming. Because the government, they don't want people to ask them what is Nigeria going through. They want to cause distraction. Nobody will talk to them. The same Buhari, the Senate, the representative invite him to tell Nigeria how they buy barrow for 3 million. Barrow, whether they use for office, you no go. Ask him what is happening in Nigeria, you no go. Coronavirus. Finish your work in Aso Rock. All those people who catch them, forget about who they be. If you like be general, if you like be anything, all the governor will have evil mind for Nigeria. I get one prayer I want to pray before. Coronavirus will finish for under country. For Aso Rock, you no go finish. That one God no go agree. Until he finish the work will come. All the prophecy, pastor, where say Buhari na Messiah, una time they come home, one better hold and tight. Calamity one I don't cause for Nigeria. All the prophet when I don't know what he God tell una they go tell people say Buhari na Messiah, Buhari na this thing, we on a day. They no fit talk again. But I have message for now. Coronavirus they come. I'm a Christian. I know that against but any pastor when don't know it work, just the lie what he God no tell them. Now more na come fight for the people when are confused. Una people from our church una confused. Everybody buy gun if you get money to defend yourself. Police no fit defend you. Soldier no fit defend you. Now wetin I get to tell na this morning. And Buhari, if you know where you come from, go back there. No come to Aso Rock. We no want you again.
This is my quote, and I repeat. Poverty is not the absence of natural resources, financial resources, or human resources. It is the absence of leadership. Okay. I'll begin by saying that when greed, tribalism, ethnocracy, and nepotism encapsulate a group of people, no matter how rich they may be, they will never see the future. Africans that have had the heart to push the continent Africa to another dimension have been destroyed by Africans. Most of the fathers of independence had their nations at heart, and if they were given the opportunity to execute what they intended to do, it would have been very possible for Africa to have emerged ere long. I'll give you a few analyses that will shock you. A country like Togo got independence from France under the leadership of Sylvanus Olympio. Olympio did not want the France CFA. Olympio created the Togo currency. But a man called Iyadema Nasingbe was used to eliminate, that is a Togolese, used to eliminate a Togolese that has Togo at heart. Iyadema Nasingbe killed Sylvanus Olympio. You go down to Burkina Faso, there is this guy called Maurice Yamiyogo. He was the one that gave them independence. He was annihilated. The person that came later after him, Thomas Sankara, in 1987, He was eliminated by Blaise Compaoré. You come to Central African Republic, there's David Dacko. David Dacko was to change the nation in another dimension, but a man called Bokasawa used to eliminate him. You go down to Congo Brazzaville, there's this guy called Maro Ngouabi. Ngouabi also was eliminated through a coup d'etat. Now, if you go down to Guinea Equatorial here, there was this guy called Masias Ngema. It was his own cousin, Obiangema Basoko, that was used to eliminate him. You go down to Ghana, Osagie from Kwame Nkrumah had a good intention for the nation. It was Kotoko, his own clear-eyed neighbor, that eliminated him. You go to Nigeria, the guys of Nnamdi Azikiwe, they were eliminated by Paul close to them. Now, if you put it in a nutshell, you go to Mozambique, Samora Moise Machel, it was his close partner that eliminated him. The West, and I repeat, will never and ever have access to Africa until they use Africans. That's why I say what is eating the bean seed is within the bean seed. Africans are full with greed, full with ethnocracy, tribalism, and nepotism. And if nothing is done, we will keep on killing our best every year. As I talk to you recently, I will guarantee you all shorty that this guy Magufuli has convinced us against once more that Africa does not need any support out of the country. Lazarus Chakwera, in his 8-minute speech commemorating the death of Magufuli, he said, the unpredictable Magufuli. They did not know that leadership could run in Africa without money being borrowed from International Monetary Fund, because they did not know Magufuli was coming. They did not know that projects could be set up and executed on time, because they did not know Magufuli was coming. They did not know that somebody could not pay attention to General Assembly of the United Nations. They did not know Magufuli was coming. African presidents have given us the impression that you must borrow to succeed. Before Magufuli came to power, most of the mines in Tanzania were privatized. But what he did was that he came back and then sanctioned the foreign companies that were mining in Tanzania until 16% of those particular mines were given back as ownership back to Tanzania. A scenario occurred in Zambia. Zambia is the best producer of copper. You have the copper belt in Zambia. Zambia sold that copper belt to an American firm up front without payment, that they will exploit the copper and pay them later. American firm came, took that particular copper belt, turned it within 2 years and paid the money up front, and is giving Zambia a 0.00 something% as royalty for their mine. Was that colonialism? It is talking about stupidity and poor management. Who brought gun to give that copper belt to America? Nobody brought gun. When last did you see Europeans using prestation, assimilation, or indirect rule in Africa? It's no longer there. Let us consider the fact that they are taking a greater chunk of our resources. The balance we have here is very possible for us to manage those things. How can a man come in 5 years' time without borrowing a dime from International Monetary Fund, a dime from World Bank? He was able to restore 6 aircrafts into the Tanzania airline. He was able to build bridges, build railway, restore back the Julius Nyerere hydroelectricity project that could give Tanzania 99% guarantee of electricity throughout the year without borrowing a dime. China proposed to borrow him 10 billion to reconstruct and expand the port in Dar es Salaam. He refused, yet the port was under extension. Where did he get the money? That's what we are talking about. A man that came and gave free education to all government schools in Tanzania. Mr. Leo, 20,000 ghost workers were discovered. That's where our money is going through. That's not colonialism. He also arrested 14,000 unqualified workers in the government. Those 34,000 persons who were earning salary they did not merit is what was melting down the economy. It was not a colonial master. I think if we go down to most African countries, there are people who are earning salaries that do not exist in the government. Where is colonialism in all these things I have outlined? A man who said that education is free for girls, but the moment you become pregnant, your family will start paying fees. A nice way of fighting moral decadence. Who are we going to blame? Where did he get the money? He came and saw the hospital. President now goes down to the hospital. Beds were scattered, rotting. Patients were sleeping on the floor. He fired the entire medical staff and gave them 1 month to repair all the beds in Tanzania. And suddenly, from nowhere, the beds were repaired in the space of 2 months.
Okay.
When grace is absent, faith is useless. Whatever faith is looking for, where in an area where grace is absent, it can't get it. Nigerian government have spent how many billions of naira looking for oil in the north? Looking for oil, when they have not done anything with the ones that are in the south too. We are told they have spent billions. Meanwhile, the north is a minefield of agricultural grace. The money used for exploring for oil in the north, if Nigerian government had used it to build agro-based industries or even ranching, by now we would even be talking about ranching. They would have built the biggest, most sophisticated ranch in the world. Netherlands, the money they make from just milk and beef is more than Nigerian budget. And we have oil. Look at a nation God bless with arable land. We are looking for oil. Have they found? We should have had more than 100 industries. Both agricultural produce and what do you call them? Products and all of that. We just ate sweet potato chip. Does Nigeria not produce sweet potato? The chip I just ate sweet, they just dried it and added 1 or 2 things, put it in one fine pack. I wish I came with a pack. But and the money they use in making the company that produces, I'm not sure it's up
of this very
to
planet
a fraction.
Earth. Once again, we welcome you to a very special broadcast this very evening, the 11th day of April in the year of our Most High Elohim 2021. The time now is precisely 7 minutes past 7 in the blessed land of Biafra, and the same number of minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you are and where you're listening to us from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you, because this very broadcast, as always, is being listened to right across the face of this very planet, wherever there are Biafrans or men or women of good conscience. They are listening to this very broadcast this very evening from my location. And as I welcome you, please allow me to encourage you to welcome those who are around you. As always, we are simulcasting on multiple platforms. We are on IPOB Community Radio app. We are on Radio Biafra app. We are on radio on FM in Biafra land, and also some parts of the Zoological Republic. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. Those who can find us on Facebook, we are there. Believe you me, we are there live on Facebook. And we are also live on Instagram, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu _official. I welcome you this evening. We are going to preach the gospel of heaven, this very gospel of truth, of redemption, of hope, this very gospel that will lead us from the darkness that is the Zoological Republic of Nigeria into the light that we know that Biafra is. Get your pen and paper ready. Please do not forget that. My name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, the largest mass movement on the face of this very planet Earth. I am the director of Radio Biafra and Biafra Television, and by the very special grace of the Most High Elohim, God Almighty in heaven, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. As we have become accustomed to, we are going to pray as we always do on this platform, because without God Almighty in heaven, we are not going anywhere. That we recognize even from the name that we are given at birth. Therefore, we must pray. And I am going to pray in the oldest language known to man, in Igbo language. Because right now, as we are here as sons of men on this very earth, the angels who are praising the Creator are doing so in Igbo language. Chineke na nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa na ihe niile nke mmadụ dị ndụ pụrụ iji anya abụọ wee hụ. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ndị mmụọ ozi na-efe. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ụmụ mmadụ na-akpụ isi ala nye. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ndị okenye oru abụọ na anọ na-atụ mkpọ ọla edo n'ala wee na-aja mma na-asị na ọ dị nsọ mgbe niile ebighị ebi. N'ihi na ndị Igbo ihe a tụrụ gị wee ebighị ebi, eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-ajụ n'abalị a ehihie ọbụla dị ụtụtụ, ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka anyị ga-esi wee jaa gị mma wee fee gị wee gọzie aha nsọ gị. Gị onwe gị bụ onye kere ihe niile ekere eke mana onweghị onye kere ya. N'ihi na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ọ bụ naanị okwu nsọ nke gị ga-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Anakwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị ọ ga-erebe nna nke igwe wee daa, o wee chighata azụ na aja nke ya onwe ya si wee pụta. Mana okwu nsọ gị na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ n'elu okwu nsọ nke anyị kwuru n'isi ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra n'ụwa niile ka anyị gbakwasara ụkwụ nna nke igwe wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị n'abalị a, na-asị lekwa ka isi wee mee ka ihere wee kwuru nke ndị iro, aka si ha wee baa ha ọnụ. Igwe jide obodo ekwensu bụ uzu wee laa ya n'iyi. N'ihi na o nwee nkwa nke ikwuru anyị eze ebube dị ngọzi si n'oge ọbụla chigatara so n'ebe ị nọ na nke igwe wee kpọkuo aha nsọ n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu na ị ga-aza anyị ekpere na ị ga-abụrụ anyị nna anyị wee bụrụ gị ụmụ. N'ụbọchị nketa ezinụlọ a nke gọziri agọzi, agbụrụ dị nsọ bụ IPOB ka a na-eche gị n'iru ka iwe gọzie ụmụ gị. Nna nke igwe ọbụla dị nọ n'ụlọ nga, onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke ebere, ka i wee metụ ndị ji ha n'obi ka ha wee hapụ ha, ka i wee were okwu nsọ Biafra nna nke ebere dị ngọzi wee tinye n'ime mmụọ na echiche ụmụ mmadụ niile n'ụwa niile, ndị ezi omume nwoke na ụmụ nwaanyị ndọdụ ha na-eru n'okwu, ka ha wee kunie wee si n'oge erule mgbe nnụnụ ọbụla ji alaghachi na-akwụ ya. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị na onwe ihe anyị bụ ewezuga gị nna nke ebere gị ngọzi. Anyị were Eastern Security Network wee na-eche gị n'iru n'abalị nna nke ebere ka i wee gọzie ụmụ gị. N'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-arọpụtara anyị ngwa agha. O nweghị onye ọbụla ga-apụta guzosi ike wee sị na ọ bụ site na mbọ ya onwe ya na-agba mere Eastern Security Network ji wee guzo. Ọ bụ naanị gị Chineke nna nke igwe. Anyị wee na-asị gị biko dubo ụmụ gị na ka ha rabụ ndị kuniri wee si na Biafra agaghị adị, ndị dị etu agaghị adị, ezinụlọ ha agaghị adị. Ka ha rabụ ndị kuniri nna nke ebere wee na-esu imi onye m na Chineke nna ụkwụ na aka ga-arụ ndị dị etu a. Ha ga-eji ala wee zere mmiri nna nke ime eluigwe, isi ga-aba ha ala. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna dị ngọzi, o nweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị na-azọ na-abụghị nke anyị nwe. O nweghị mgbe ọbụla anyị kụziri wee na-asị na anyị na-azọ ala wụ ala mba ndị ọzọ. Mba, ọ bụla ala nke nyere ndị gboo n'ọwụwa anyanwụ nna nke ebere. Anyị wee na-asị gị onye kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa, gị onwe sọsọ bụ onye na-abụrụ anyị ọbụ. Ejila mmehie wee kwuo anyị ụgwọ ọrụ, mana amara gị Chineke nna nke igwe. Anyị wee na-asị na otuto na nsọpụrụ eji amagadara aha nsọ gị site n'ebighị ma ruo n'ebighị ga na-arịọ gị ise. And having prayed in the language of heaven, I must proceed very speedily and without further hesitation to present to you what we have this evening, morning or night, depending on where you are, because I know that some of you in Los Angeles now is it 10 or 11 a.m. in the morning of Sunday, the 11th day of April for some of you. And for those of you who are in Australia and in Japan, I know you have now gone into Monday. That's the way it is. I am going to report, or should I say, talk about very briefly what Dave Umahi said regarding the mess that they are now in, those of them that claim that they are governors from the East. He was reported in the newspapers as having said that they are now hiding their faces in shame. Dave Umahi, along with the rest of the Ifulefu governors, have now realized, or should I say recognized, that all along we have been right. There is nothing I tell you that is not ordained by heaven itself. There is nothing that I tell you that is not the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. There is nothing that I say to you that will not come to pass. We knew that they were wrong all along. And we must, of course, commend them for coming out to boldly say that they have been wrong and that we have gotten it right. Because Dave Umahi have been in support of Fulani Janjaweed in Ebonyi State and beyond. I'm sure he is even a junior patron of Mieti Allah. These are the people that think that without the patronage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate, they will not emerge, or should I say, sustain their political relevance. But today we are making it very clear to them that, isn't it very funny that those things, that miscreants we are talking about very many years ago, those who claim that they are intellectuals or the elite, so to speak, are now agreeing with what miscreants were saying a few years ago, up until this very moment, of course. The Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi said, that was last week, that governors of the region were currently hiding their faces in shame. He said governors of the region, all of them. These are the people that prescribed IPOB. These are the people that joined the Fulani Janjaweed to send men to my house to kill me. They killed 28 men instead. As a result of that very invasion, my father and my mother passed on. They died as a result of it. I lost my cousin and I lost my dog, Jack, in the process because they wanted me dead. Not the Fulani, no, not at all. The people that gave them the go-ahead to come to my house to kill me were the governors of the East, the same governors today who are now saying that they are covering their faces in shame. Why are they covering their faces in shame? Because they understand that they have failed the people. They understand that they do not have the requisite character, resilience, and toughness to confront our collective enemy, which is Fulani Janjaweedism, the Fulani Caliphate. They lack the mettle, they do not have the balls. They don't have what it takes to be able to confront the Fulani and tell them where to get off. But we have been doing so for very many years. For that, we were vilified, called unprintable names, and they ganged up to try to kill as many of us as possible, myself included. And we have paid the ultimate price in pursuit of this very noble cause of Biafra restoration. And that is why we are not going to stop, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. That was why I held a meeting with one of the leaders of Ambazonia. Because as I said earlier, the leader and president of Ambazonia is in prison in Yaoundé. Anybody, anywhere, claiming that they are the president of Ambazonia, they are usurpers, they are charlatans, and should not be taken seriously. The man fighting, the man upon whose head rests everything to do with Ambazonia freedom is in prison, of which Dr. Cho Ayoba is his representative and leader of War Council. We must get those facts right. The same thing is now applicable to Dave Umahi and Co. Those that got it wrong, and we got it right. But it's a good thing they have shown magnanimity by coming out to acknowledge that they were wrong and they were right. And we should try as much as possible to forgive, but not to forget. Because you know how foolish these governors are. They will go back to their old treacherous ways because they cannot survive without serving the caliphate. That is their problem. But I wish they can win themselves of that dependence on people who do not mean well for them. I wish and I pray that they can do that. Umahi said this thing in Abakaliki, the state capital, in front of the vice president of the Zoological Republic, Yemi Oshibajo, who paid a condolence visit to the state. A condolence visit. No one has ever told us who killed those people till today. No one. I heard some idiots from some glorified Alamajiri, Tanko Yakasai, and one other governor from the north, some fools gathered. I think they gathered somewhere. They said they held a meeting at Kaduna House. They were talking about the killing of Hausa people. And I want to make it abundantly clear to them that we never killed any Hausa person, not at all. I am personally in good terms with Hausa people. I have nothing against them. They were foolish in years gone by allowing the Fulani Janjaweed to use them. I am not against Hausa people. And I want every journalist, every newspaper, BBC, all the rest of them, all of you serving the interest of neo-colonialists to understand this. I am not against Hausa people. I am only against their stupidity for allowing themselves to be used by cattle herders to overthrow their ancient monarchies that were replaced with Fulani Emirate system of governance. Who killed the people in Ebonyi? Nobody can tell us. But what concerns them is allegedly, of course, so they claim the killing of 4 Hausa people in Olo, which is a lie. An absolute lie, because I'm sure they were the ones that killed those Hausa people. I can never give an order for any Hausa person to be killed, because Hausa people are victims of Fulani Janjaweedism, their oppressive lifestyle, and their hegemonic tendencies. These are the things that we must all begin to have very, very clear in our brain, in our heads. I am not against Hausa and can never be. I want Hausa people to be free. I am campaigning for Hausa people to be free. I am campaigning for Wagi people to be free, for Nube people to be free, for Jugun, every component, ethnic nationality in that damnable satanic contraption called Nigeria, put together by a white man and a white woman. I want all of you to be free. You must understand this very well. As we are fighting for Biafra, we are also fighting for you. Only if you can be sensible enough to realize it. Some of you are born into stupidity, which is the zoo. Some of you grew up in this stupidity. And some of you, of course, are exhibiting, should I say, the very worst excesses of belonging to a place that should not have existed in the first place. These are the things that you must understand. Umahi said, even when the killings happened, very unprovoked killings, nobody provoked the Fulani Janjaweed terrorists to go into Ebonyi to kill them. Nobody is mentioning the victims of the Ebonyi massacre. You see, every zoo newspaper, I don't know what I've done to them, is carrying the fact that 4 Hausa people were killed, not Hausa people. Nobody in their right mind will ever attack a Hausa person. The Fulanis are attaching themselves to Hausa to see if they can draw some sympathy and perhaps get the Hausa majority of the North to somehow fall behind them to attack our people in the North. And for those of them saying that we are going to attack Southerners in the North, please go ahead. I'm begging you, go ahead and attack them. Do it now. We are waiting for you. Go ahead and attack Southerners living in the North. And then you will see what will happen. Go ahead and attack them. We have said it time without number. We set up Eastern Security Network to rid our farmlands and our forests of Fulani terrorists. Those who are not doing what we are doing today, they are refugees in Benin Republic. Those who failed to heed our warning on time today, the Fulanis are camped in their forests, telling them they cannot dislodge them from it. But we realize this very danger from the Fulani right from the onset. And we put in place some contingency to contain them, and we have done so successfully so far. And I must make it categorically clear for the whole world to understand what I'm saying. I know that some people specialize in distorting anything I say for their own selfish gains or benefit, or in their quest to try to sustain this spurious and, should I say, senseless one Nigeria. What I'm saying to you this evening is this. Anywhere we find Fulani people in our forests, they will be chased away from there. They will be, I'm making it very clear, and I'm speaking very slowly so you understand me very well. Wherever we find Fulani in our forests, God Almighty is my witness, we will attack them, we'll chase them away from there. Why? Because the Nigerian army and police are using them as cover, should I say, to advance the agenda of the northern, should I say, the Arewa Caliphate. They want to Islamize everybody. They want to take over our land. We're not going to allow it to happen. Dave Umahi woke up very, very late, and now he's lamenting. A sitting governor, can you believe that? That people came to his state and slaughtered his people. Now he has realized that we did not provoke anybody. We have been called all kinds of names and we feel ashamed that the same people we are fighting for. Dave Umahi admitted that himself and all the other governors are fighting for the Fulani. That is what he said. And I'm going to quote him verbatim, what he said, exactly his own words. We have been called all kinds of names and we feel ashamed that the same people we are fighting for day and night. Who are they fighting for day and night? Fulani Janjaweed, the same people raping our mothers, abducting our sisters, the same people slaughtering our fathers in the farm, the same people occupying our forests. A sitting governor, can you believe that he's saying they have been fighting for them? Oh my goodness. We as governors and leaders of the Southeast have been fighting for the Fulani to ensure the oneness of Nigeria. How can they come to my state to attack my people? And we were slaughtered and killed. These are the words of Dave Umahi, a sitting governor. Those that some of you erroneously refer to as a leader. Those that some of you think that by occupying a political office in Nigeria, somehow you are a leader. No, you're not. You are a criminal. You are an accomplice to murder. You are a slave of the caliphate because they control INEC. And with INEC, they can do whatever they like. They can put into office anybody of their choosing. That is why each time they tell you, oh, why don't you go and contest elections? Go and contest. Because ultimately, they will announce the result. Fulani Janjaweed will announce the result, of course, with the supervision and guidance of Britain. That is why we are in the mess we are in today, that our people, we are slaughtered, over 30 of them in Ebo. Nobody's talking about them. What I'm hearing is 4 people killed in Olo, allegedly, of course. Fulani claiming that Hausa. Why don't you say that Fulanis were killed? Because you will draw no sympathy from anybody. That's why you claim it's Hausa. To see if people can perhaps begin to understand or reason with you, which is a lie, because no Hausa person was killed. We are not against Hausa people, can never be against Hausa people, because I believe that some of them have now risen up to be fighting for the same things they were fighting for. All of you saw them there campaigning and, should I say, demonstrating for Arewa Republic. You saw policemen escorting them. No one was shot. Nobody. Other people can agitate all they like. Britain is not interested. The only people that Britain wants to kill and slaughter are Biafran people. No other. They know that other people cannot sustain. They know what it takes to sustain a freedom fighting movement of this nature. They understand that. They know freedom is very, very expensive. The Britain knows that no other sector, no other race in Nigeria has the type of heart that we possess. They know that very well. That is why others can protest. Others can come out and rally. Nothing will happen to them. Only Biafra, because they know that since we have embarked upon this very movement, there is no going back. Others may go back, as you have seen recently. But we are not going anywhere. We are still here. We are still here until Biafra comes and all other ethnic nationalities are set free, or should I say until the Fulani Janjaweed are chased back to the foothills of the Futajalon from whence they came. That is something that must guide our thinking, our reasoning every blessed day as we wake up in the morning, that we must do the needful. And what is that needful? That we must all be free. If you want to be a slave, once Biafra is restored, even before, you can live in Kanu, live in Medugri, you can live in Sokoto. That is your business. What the Fulanis decide to do with you is entirely your business, not ours. If you live in the north, as they're threatening they're going to kill, if you live in the north and they kill you, that is your business. We cannot take the fact that you are living in the north, in the Fulani territory, or Fulani control, because they have no territory anyway, in Fulani controlled indigenous territories of the north that they have taken from the local populations. The fact that you're living in Jalingo, the fact that you're living in Guzo, because of you, our people are slaves. Not just in the zoo, but all over the world. I say you are dreaming. Fulani, if they want to kill you, they should kill all of you in the north. Because you don't hear. We cannot, because you have a 2x2, face me, I face you, brothel, hotel, in somewhere in Buzo. Because of that, all of us are going to remain slaves in your so-called stupid, idiotic one Nigeria. Then you're dreaming. The Fulanis can do with you whatever they like. Because there is something sickening about Nigeria and all those that defend her, as I tweeted. I think that was yesterday or 2 days ago. The same country that you're in, that people are being slaughtered in Ebonyi, nobody's talking. Nobody is talking. Nobody. But the can you imagine? The governors of the entire East never got together to condemn the attack on Ebonyi indigents. Never. They said, allegedly, unverified reports, they fabricated the news that 4 Hausa people were killed in Olo, and all the governors of the Janjaweed North met to issue a statement. That tells you the type of Nigeria that you're in. That tells you the type of idiots you call governors. These are slaves to the caliphate. I saw what Mike did. I'm banning Igbo meeting in Obibo. All of you now, you can see what the idiot, like Umahi, you can see what the fools are doing. You have kept quiet. Any day we react, because we are going to capture Mike alive. God is my witness. I will get Mike alive. I'm going to mark today's date. Today is the 11th day of April 2020. I will get him. I'm going to Mike and I will catch him alive. And I will deal with the idiot. You see the way he's going about, prancing from one place to the other, issuing his edicts and his decrees in River State, and all of you are quiet. Everybody, the whole world is quiet. BBC will not say anything. BBC, will that satanic institution will not say anything. You can see him. That is a country where freedom or right to assemble is constitutionally guaranteed without any recourse to any court of law. He claims he's a lawyer. He never went to court to obtain an injunction against a meeting being held legitimately by people they claim are their citizens. He just issued an executive fiat. There will be no meeting. Who are you to say so? Without court order. And that is the stupid, idiotic country that some of you fools, some of you idiotic animals in the zoo want me to belong to. I don't blame you. You are black people. You don't reason very well, do you? You are black. You don't reason very well. I've said this thing to you before, and allow me to repeat tonight. That is why you are being treated the way you are being treated right across the face of this very planet Earth. You people do not reason very well, and that is why you are a laughingstock. That is why you are a joke, and that is why people never regard you or take you very seriously. You are in a country you claim has laws, law courts, constitution, and legislature. Somebody can wake up in the morning without going. The essence of democracy is that before you do anything, you must seek the consent of somebody, at least. If not the people, at least the law court. That's why they are there. You didn't go to court. When it comes to banning IPOB, they rush to court to obtain an ex parte motion. But now you can wake up in the morning and ban a meeting, demonize an entire race. That is what Wike is doing. Now that Wike's madness is raging all over the nobody can say it. All of you are blind, you are dumb. Because you are all animals in a zoo. The day our own madness will catch up with Wike, you will now stop talking about what Wike did. You will start talking about our own madness, because that madness is coming. That level of insanity, our brain damage that the zoo is looking for, they will get it in quantum, in abundance. Allow me to say live on air to the hearing of the whole world. Some idiots are writing rubbish. I saw some nonsense written by the British Home Office about IPOB and our agitation, all the rubbish they're writing. They can write whatever junk they like. That is their business. I don't give a damn. Our own madness is coming. And I told you before, for one suicide bomber from Boko Haram, I'll give you 10. Our madness is developing. That thing that the zoo wants, you will get it. All of you idiots with your children abroad all over the place, making life a misery for ordinary people, I am telling you the truth. The revolution will swallow all of you. It will swallow all of you. You have not seen anything yet. You have seen nothing yet. As some idiots were asking, oh, please, can you tone it down a little bit? Tone what down? When they were bombing Olo, did you not see it? All of you idiots writing and talking rubbish against those people that were sent from heaven itself, angels of God, unknown gunmen. It's actually watching. I don't have anything to fight nor defend myself with. There are people that came out to defend the defenseless. Why shouldn't I support them? Why not? When they were bombing, bringing helicopter gunships inside, I think you are clapping for Hope. Them. All of you are clapping for the zoo. All of you you've all abandoned what led to what is happening in Imo State. You are facing something completely different. Because all of you are hypocrites. Of course, you are black people. You are born into hypocrisy. You never face your enemies in the face squarely. Our madness is coming. You've seen nothing yet. I say it before it happens. Because I'm not afraid of any idiot. No bagger, they have not given birth to you. I was in a zoo court and I called Buhari a madman inside his own court. I called him a madman inside Abuja High Court. They have not given birth to the idiot. That will make me not to preach the gospel that Elohim mandated that I should preach to the living. I'm about the idiot. They've not given birth to you. Nigeria is a sick contraption full of sick idiots inside it. All of from top to bottom. Obasanjo was holding a meeting with Sheikh Abubakar Gumi or whatever the idiot is called. Sheikh Gumi, you know him very well. The same man that said that Boko Haram is a blessing to the north. Obasanjo, a former president, was reported to have held a meeting with him. Somebody that said that Boko Haram is a blessing to the whole of Nigeria. He has come again to be telling you, after at least he's told some of you, that bandits are also a blessing to the zoo. And you're all clapping for him. He's the chief negotiator on behalf of the presidency. Isn't it? You're clapping for him. Sometimes I as you may have observed, for the past few days, I've not been preaching. Because sometimes I think that you cannot preach to people who are incapable of reasoning. Everything I say is backed up with facts and figures. I'm asking you, Sheikh Abubakar Gumi, they call him a sheikh, he's not an Arab, but he's a sheikh. The bandit envoy for the Fulani Caliphate, the zoo presidency, because there is no president in that very place. He's friends with Obasanjo, discussing how they can make life better for Nigeria. I have warned my Yoruba brethren, Yoruba, don't allow yourselves to be used again. They have come again. No? Because they know there is no traction where we come from. In the East, there is no space. They always run to the West. They always, play on your sentiment with religion because some Yorubas are Muslims. When that fails, they will tell you, oh, remember we fought the war against Biafra. Don't allow them to come in again. You want to fall for the same trick like in the past. But I look back into your forest. Can you go to the forest in Yoruba land now? The answer is no. Fulanis are everywhere. They have taken over your land. Meanwhile, they're busy writing their headlines. That is why I think that when the dust settles, Yoruba journalists should be held responsible. When Fulani takes over Yoruba land, eventually they will, of course, I'm telling you today, when Fulani takes over Yoruba land, those responsible are Yoruba sons and daughters working in the press and in the media houses. Yoruba media. You thought you were doing IPOB or Biafra. That's what you thought. But today, what is happening? Fulanis are in your forest. They're not in, they're in ours and we are chasing them. They are in your forest. You cannot dislodge them. That's the difference. So I want every Yoruba journalist, before you write your stupid proscribed, before you write your stupid junk, why is it that when you people write about Boko Haram, there's no proscribed in it? Do you ever write proscribed Boko Haram? Because some of you do not know that Nigeria, I think it was Jonathan who labeled Boko Haram a terror group. It was actually the USA that designated Boko Haram as a terrorist, not even Nigerian government. Why is it that when you write about Fulani bandits, you don't say proscribed? When you write about no proscribed, it's only IPOB. Because that is what British High Commissioner is asking some of you to do. But because you're black people and you are journalists, you must behave like most other black people do, which is to be evil. Yoruba journalists are handing over Yoruba land to Fulani without knowing it. Why am I saying this? Because only Biafra can save. Only this alliance between the East and the West can save everybody in the South. Forget about Pandev, that old traitor. Forget about that old traitor. Forget about him. What's his name? What's his name again? Edwin Clark. An African man asking a white name. Edwin Clark. Some people are not ashamed. Even over 90 years old. Edwin Clark. What has that got to do with a Joe lexicon? Nothing. Oh my. As we say where we come. Okay, Sona Banyanaji. I don't know how to translate in English language. I'm telling you this. Sheikh Gumi is a bandit, a terrorist himself, meeting a former president in a country they claim that people are sensible, that they have their brain cells intact. The same man that said that Boko Haram is a blessing to all Nigerian Muslims. It is there on my Twitter. Go there, you will see it. I'm sure most other people carried it as well. That tells you the type of country you are in. And that when you hear this type of gospel and you fail to change, that means that there is something fundamentally wrong with you. Isn't it very, very funny? That the very, should I say, heinous interactions with Boko Haram and kidnappers, after interacting with Boko Haram, knowing where the kidnappers are, nobody has ever invited Sheikh Gumi for a chat at DSS headquarters. No. That tells you that every strata, every layer of security services in the zoo is part of this grand design to Islamize everybody, to hand over Nigeria to the Fulani Janjaweed. That's their game plan. If not, how come nobody invited Sheikh Gumi? How come when Sheikh Gumi went to the forest to go and see the bandits, they knew the location of the bandits in the forest? There was no helicopter gunships. But look at Akwa Ibom, helicopter gunships. Look at Benue, helicopter gunships. Look at Holo, helicopter gunships. Does that not say something to all of you? I ask you people, that you animals that call yourselves Nigerians, because if you're a Nigerian, you're an animal to me. I don't see you as a human being. All you animals that call yourselves Nigerians, does it mean that your brain cannot put one and one together to get two? Somebody who said that Boko Haram is a blessing to Nigeria. Somebody who went and met bandits, rapists, murderers, kidnappers, and armed to the teeth. Nigeria Army or Air Force did not bomb that very place that Sheikh Gumi went to meet his bandit friends. But they are bombing houses and villages. And you're telling me that such a people, that such an army, such a police deserves to be alive. Is that what you're telling me? That is why I go down on my knees every blessed day to pray for non-government. Anybody who is against them, may death visit you many times over. I will ask you again, when Sheikh Gumi went to the forest to see the bandits, these are murderers, rapists, hardened killers from the Sahel. Why is it that the Nigeria Air Force did not go there to bomb the forest? It's a simple question. But they can bomb villages. The Nigerian army can come into Benue and destroy the house of a traditional ruler. Kill people at will. And nothing will happen. Because Daddy Britain is there telling the Nigerian army, you can kill as many people as possible. We are here, we are Britain. We will defend you. And that is why nobody talks about it. Tell me anyway, are you telling me that even in Myanmar, in Burma, where people are protesting, I switch on CNN and I see them. Myanmar is on the news every blessed day. army brutality, police brutality. But in the zoo called Nigeria, they come, they kill us. The army can bring in helicopter gunships. They can sack villages. They can slaughter people. Nobody will talk. Is to tell me about 4 I'll imagine Janjaweed in all. Are you telling me that people are well at all? Are you telling me that you idiotic Nigerians are well at all? I've been begging them to face me in a debate. If you feel you are polished, you're educated, you're enlightened enough, if you feel you're well-read, you come and debate me anytime, any day. But they will not come. Because as I said, only 2 minutes, I will destroy them. By the time I finish with them, their wives will no longer cook for them at home. Because their stupidity will be laid bare for the whole world to see. To understand the emptiness, the vacuousness, the shallowness and the hollowness of the zoological republic. The mentality that drives an average Nigerian is an idiotic one. Anybody who believes in Nigeria is a complete idiot. I'm telling you the truth. Sheikh Gumi went to the forest. The forest was not bombed. Yes, where the bandits are, because they are Fulani people. But in our villages, in Akwa Ibom, is being subjected to aerial bombardment every day. How many Nigerian soldiers are being killed in the north? How many times have you heard that the surrounding villages or their homes and businesses were attacked? Only in the south, only in the middle belt. That tells you that Nigerian army is an army of occupation. And those that write about security in Nigeria or defend Nigerian army or police, they are also part of the problem. And may unknown gunmen find you people. That is my prayer every blessed day. Anybody defending Nigerian army or police is an enemy of the people. Because Nigerian army and police are the chief persecutors of the people in Nigeria. That was why Ambassador Campbell said what he said. As long as you continue to abuse the rights of ordinary people, the United States of America can never ever help Nigeria. It's impossible. They will leave Boko Haram, leave the bandits, and be bombing villages in Benue and in Akwa Ibom and in the rest of the East. That's what they do. And you're telling me that is an army. People, some of you idiotic Nigerians don't even know the work of the military. You have no idea. That is why sometimes I ask myself, what type of school did some of you go to? Let me educate you this evening. All you zoo animals in the zoo called Nigerians. Your shame is shaming me because you are foolish. An army is there to defend the borders of a country from external aggression. External aggression is only in backward Africa. Sometimes you wonder why black people are so idiotic in nature. The army is not there to do the work of the police. Even in the zoo, all of you are there. I remember very well under Jonathan's regime, when people were, even the Yoruba said they will not vote for Jonathan because there were not enough Yoruba representation in the government. They complained openly. I want to draw your attention to the hypocrisy of your average Nigerian. Hypocrisy. I want you to go back and Google. It was written on extensively. People wrote about it. That the Yorubas were marginalized in Jonathan's administration. Because of that, they will not vote for him. But in front of you, all of your eyes, everything has been Fulanized. In fact, somebody sent me I don't know if it's a recording, I don't know what it is. Somebody dubbed my voice on top of a song. Quite hilarious, I must say. Quite hilarious about how Fulani have taken over everything. Took over all your lives. One Fulani IG of police goes, another Fulani comes in. Are you telling me that if this regime you have, the regime of the Janjaweed, were to be any southern president doing what they're doing in Asarok, by now Nigeria will be on fire? Everywhere will go up in smoke. They will say, how dare you? Federal character. Have you been hearing of federal character again? When it comes to their turn, they decide which laws should be applicable to people. I remember them saying, federal character, federal character. All of a sudden, there is nothing called federal character anymore in Nigeria. And you're telling me that such a country deserves to survive. It cannot survive. It was built on iniquity, and we must bring it down. Surely zoo will fall. God Almighty is my witness, zoo will fall. And it will fall in such a way there will be no escape route for anybody. I'm telling you the truth. You cannot bomb terrorists in the forest. How many times have you bombed Boko Haram? Is Boko Haram not the problem? Is Boko Haram not the principal reason? And of course, Fulani bandits, including ISIS in West Africa. All Fulani, for your information, they head the security services. The same Fulani are the ones heading every terror group in Nigeria. The same Fulani people. And all of you are just there moving about sheepishly as if you are zombies, as if you're fools. You have no brain in your skull. Every terror group is Fulani. Those charged with defending Nigeria against terrorists are Fulani people. Those spending the money are Fulani. Dear Nigerian, when will this your stupidity and idiocy leave your brain? Were you born this way, or is something from the suya you eat? Where did you get your docility, your hypocritical nature, your cowardice? I lack words to describe your average Nigerian. I don't care if you're an archbishop. I don't care if you're a Monsignor. I don't give a damn who you are. Once you say you are a Nigerian, God knows you are an animal. Also, I'm telling you the truth, because it means you have no brain. Tell me a country you will be in with federal character. They said there's something called federal character. One Fulani goes, another Fulani comes. A 52-year-old boy, young man, was replaced. He should have been the IG of police. They retired him at 52. In fact, even 51, they retired him so that the Fulani can take over. And all of you are there going to work. That's shouting one Nigeria. Let's save our country. I don't know. Maybe Hitler should have come to Africa and cleared us off. I'm telling you the truth. Some of you are so moronic, it's untrue. Your stupidity has no equal. There's nothing to compare it with, honestly speaking. Now, I want the Fulani Janjaweed to understand that what we are doing is even backed up not just by the scriptures, not by the Torah. In fact, I'm saying by Torah itself, by Christian Bible, and also by even the Quran. And I want to tell the Fulani Janjaweed what Quran says so they understand it very clearly. I'm going to quote the Quran for them tonight so they understand it. Because I also read the Quran. I read every literature that I can lay my hands on. Every book I come across, I try to read it. Because sometimes you need to understand the way your enemies are thinking. And I want to let Fulani Janjaweed Asorok, after all, Buhari is there, the idiot who is in London, claiming they claim he went for treatment. Now he's writing to the Crown Prince of Jordan, saying he's on vacation because Aisha Zoo is useless, honestly speaking. The wife of your so-called president, after spending 8 months in Dubai, shopping and having fun with her boyfriend, came back and said, we have enough medical facilities in Nigeria to take care of any illness. Why is this idiot traveling to London? All of you read it. Those that said that Buhari is alive, all of you read it. Aisha said, Asorok Clinic is in good shape. I myself, I don't travel abroad, a so-called wife of the president. And all of you are there. In my next life, I don't want to meet any of you. You Nigerians, you idiots created by the British, you make me sick. Your stupidity, it has no scale can carry it, no scale can measure it. Aisha came back and said, I myself, Aisha, I no longer travel abroad for treatment because Asorok Clinic is doing very well. Whereas the person you claim is your husband is in London taking treatment. As soon as Aisha said what she said, the idiot now said, I'm writing. Why are you writing to the king of Jordan to tell him we are on vacation? Oh, you want to put it out there that you're not on treatment, is on vacation because Aisha called you out. You are not the husband of Aisha. She's upset. She called you out. Aisha, people should go and do a little bit of research. Myself, Aisha, I take my treatment in Nigeria. That's what she said. There is no need for anybody to go abroad. At that same minute was when you remember that to write to King of Jordan, in Jordan, telling the King of Jordan that you're on vacation. Whereas your so-called presidency, Garba Shehu, and the Photoshop expert, Femi Adesina, said you are going there for a long overdue medical checkup. Now you're there on vacation. As somebody asked them, I think it was Reno Mokri, does the Queen come to Nigeria for vacation? Which president goes to another country for vacation? Zoo people. Nigeria. Honestly speaking, your madness is out of this world. Anybody you see that says, I am a Nigerian, that person is a monkey. When white people call us monkeys and baboons and all the rest of it, they are referring to Nigerians. I'm telling you the truth. A name that has no meaning, nigger area. You are nigger people. You have, that means you are an animal. That the name that Flora Shaw gave to some of you is exactly how you're behaving today. That's how you're behaving. Let me tell you what the Quran says. In Surah 42, verse 41. All those who fight when oppressed incur no guilt, but Allah shall punish the oppressor. I want Fulani army, Fulani police, Fulani whatever, customs, Fulani, any Fulani that carries AK-47 in an official capacity. I want you to understand this very clearly. I want to tell you what your Holy Quran said about IPOB and Biafra agitation. It is in the Holy Quran. I want Tanko, is it the other one idiot? The other idiot is dead. I think it's Tanko Yakasai who is still there talking rubbish every blessed day. Tanko Yakasai, you're a Muslim. The Asarok presidency is full of Muslims. Of the Wahhabi tendency, which is the very worst. Wahhabi tendency. All of you are there, you're Muslims. I want to quote your Quran for you so you understand it very clearly. That God Almighty in heaven that you call Allah is with IPOB. And I want to quote it for you. It's in the Quran, Surah, S-U-R-A, Surah, chapter 42, verse 41. All those who fight when they are oppressed, there is no guilt. God is with them. But the same God will punish you, Fulani Janjaweed. You are the oppressor. Throwing bombs in Akwa Ibom, throwing bombs in Benue. But you cannot throw bombs against Boko Haram. And the reason why the world gave you those bombs, which you cannot manufacture, is to fight Boko Haram. But you're dropping it on villages and on villagers. And you want the world to come and help you fight Boko Haram. Anyway, it is Britain that is telling you what to do. There is no guilt, even for those of them who are in the zoo police and in the zoo army, looking for agitators to kill. I want to tell you this, that some of you listen to Prophet Muhammad. This is what Prophet Muhammad speaking. Prophet Muhammad said, all those who fight when you are oppressing them, as the Fulanis are doing to all of us today, there is no blame for them. But there is blame and punishment from God for all of you in Nigeria police, in Nigeria army, who are oppressing the innocent. Anybody crying for Nigeria army or Nigeria police is an enemy of the people. And avoid such idiots and such human beings. When our mothers were locked up by Okura Wasa in Imo State, they didn't complain. When the army were there, shooting innocent people, they never said a word. When the army went on rampage in Aba, they never said nothing. When the army would set up roadblocks and be killing people, nothing. But when people react, every idiot will now find his or her voice. Let me tell them something. I think it was J.K. Rowling. I saw this quote. There's somebody called Voldemort. And I want to tell you, it's in one of J.K. Rowling's book. J.K. Rowling is one of the greatest authors of all time, of course. If you've not read any of her works, please try and do so. She's a very, very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful writer. Now listen, she said, Voldemort himself created his worst enemy. I want people to understand, without trying to justify or support what unknown gunmen are doing, I want to bring a little bit of, should I say, perspective into what may have caused them to behave in the way they're behaving. Tyrants everywhere create their own enemies. Do you have any idea how much tyrants fear the people they oppress? Nigeria is under the grip of tyranny, full oppression and tyranny. They woke up one man and said, you must go and register for NIN. And everybody says, anything they say, if they say jump, you say how high. Go and register for NIN. Everybody trooped out. Go and register for I don't know if it's BVN or BSF. All of you go and register. Anything they ask you, you do. Because you are under a tyrannical Fulani Janjaweed regime. Even Fulani understands one thing. Everybody knows this. That amongst the many victims of many Operation Python dance, amongst the victims of police brutality, amongst the survivors of state oppression, there is bound to be one person that will rise up and say that enough is enough. Go, it is replete in human history. Go and check. One day, one person will rise up and say, this rubbish, we have had enough. That is why IPOB is here. And that is why we are going to win. And having removed roadblocks and checkpoints along our roads, a few weeks back, I told you that I'm giving them 40 days, there'll be no roadblocks. So then I tell you, I told you, there'll be no roadblocks. And there's none. Anywhere they set up their roadblocks, I am giving the order again tonight to the hearing of the whole world. Dismantle it. Anywhere there is army or police checkpoint in Biafra land, destroy it completely. But having said that, I understand there are some idiots operating along Ihemvosi, Ihiala, down to Obosi, to Upper Iweka. If you're one of those people that I received a report that have been going about snatching the handbags of our mothers and our sisters and harassing people because there is no more checkpoint, I will ask you tonight to stop what you're doing, because we are going to catch you, and if we catch you, you will die. I repeat, if your son, your brother, your cousin is one of the idiots right now, along from Ihiala to Upper Iweka, Obosi, I don't want you to come out on the streets. Because if you come out on the streets, people will try to justify the presence of police checkpoints in our land. We are not criminals. We had no standing police before the white man came. We are God-fearing people. We are a people that are well-behaved. People who are well-behaved. I don't want, because we are clearing our land of police checkpoints, because of that, you now come to begin to harass people. That rubbish will not happen. If we catch you, you will die. And anywhere there is a police checkpoint, I want it dismantled. Destroy it. It's an order. I want it destroyed. They have no place in our land. The same checkpoints where they kill people. Anytime they kill people on our roads, nobody comes. Nobody. BBC, but you will not see BBC. Any day, survivors of the massacre of the army and the police rise up to say enough is enough. Every idiot from every nook and cranny will crawl out. BBC Igbo. BBC Igbo. BBC Igbo. Okay. I'll leave it there for now. I think those who want to hear, they will hear very soon. Our crime in IPOB is that we rose up against Fulani tyranny. In time to come, some of you who are students of history will understand that IPOB saved all of you in the zoo from Fulani conquest and domination. We stopped them. Nobody else did. Only IPOB did. For your information. Those who are defending the defenseless must continue to do their work. We are going to chronicle all police atrocities in the East. And if you understand what they have done to us in the East, the army and the police, anybody called a Nigerian, you want to destroy the idiot immediately. Talk less of what is in uniform. Where were you people pontificating now when they came to my house to kill me and kill 28 of my men? Where were all of you idiots? Writing rubbish about Owerri. Where were all of you talking rubbish all over the world about what is going on? Where were you, I ask you? Tyranny will always breed lawlessness. That I can assure you. That madness Fulani is looking for, they will get it in abundance. I assure you of that. Britain will not save them. Can never save them. Some of you voted for an idiot that committed treason. You're not ashamed of yourselves. Buhari committed treason in 1983 by overthrowing a legitimately elected democratic government. When you idiots voted him into power in 2015, I knew that day that there's something wrong with a black person. You people are not well in the brain. These UG blacks, your brain cells are not complete. The idiot is now dead, and they are parading every fool with a face mask every blessed day. I say, Buhari, black people, shame on you people. I'm telling you the truth. Shame on you people. You don't understand what is happening, but we are going to make you understand. We will make you understand. If you don't rise up now, the Fulani will take over your land. If you don't rise up now, Fulani have perfected their plans to take our land. Yoruba, please listen to me. That is why they are in your forest. The reason why we are not hearing about the number of Fulani, should I say, the number of villages occupied by Fulani people or Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land, in your forest, is because your journalists are ashamed of themselves, as Dave Umahi is ashamed of himself. It's only shame that is stopping the world from knowing what is happening in Yoruba land. Yoruba forests are gone. Fulani have taken over everything in Yoruba land. Everything has gone. The only thing stopping people from commenting or writing about it is because the shame is now shaming Yoruba journalists. The same way that shame has caught up with Umahi, Dave Umahi, and those you call your governors. Mad people everywhere. Fulani will come and tell you, they will accuse IPOB. Every paper in the zoo will carry it. IPOB is responsible. ESN is responsible. ESN is unknown gunmen. Nothing like allegedly. Nothing. The same army with, you can video army killing people in Nigeria and the police. The same Punch newspaper, the same Tribune, the same Sahara, all of them, this day newspaper, Guardian, they will say allegedly. That led me to believe that Lucifer must be a black man. The devil must be a black man, because there is no justification for that level of distortion of the truth. Once army commits a crime, is alleged. Once something happens to the army, it is one group that must have done it, and it's either IPOB or ESN that must have done it. So I would disband the ESN. I cannot. 10,000 men under arms, 10,000 men. This is just the ones you can, they're in the forest, the ones the eyes can see. 10,000 men under arms. And they have nobody to defend the zoo for them. We only need to stand up and the zoo is over. All our misery and our pain is over. Look at them for the first time in how many years? They've been begging them, restructure. They said no. They said no. Now they have agreed. Why? Because we are now under arms. Eastern Security Network, we are now driving Fulani terrorists away from our forests. Now they have remembered restructuring. Courtesy of IPOB, nobody else, no other entity, only IPOB, of course, with the help of, should I say, the grace of Almighty in heaven. I cannot take away the glory of God from him, because it's God eternal. We have to do what we can as mortals. God Almighty in heaven, presiding over the affairs of men, is immortal. And unto him belongs all the glory. But we must remember that the catalyst for all this change, for Fulani to come out to say, we are now going to restructure, is all the years of hard work of IPOB and all the bloodshed. The blood we have shed. But we are not interested anymore. They can take their restructuring and shove it where the light never shines. That is their business. Restructuring can go to hell. We want freedom. We want absolute sovereignty for every component indigenous nationality in this zoological republic. You come to Ebonyi, you commit mass murder. Enugu, mass murder. Anambra, mass murder. Imo, mass murder. Rivers, Delta, Abia, Benue, Kogi, mass murder everywhere. In Edo, mass murder. In Yoruba land, their land is now being occupied by Fulani terrorists you told us are from the Sahel. I want that stupid, because it matter where or whatever, saying, go and kill Southerners in the north. That rain will fall on the zoo. You will see destruction at a scale that even people, even white man or Yibo will hear it and they will marvel. Do that thing you want to do. Go and commit another pogrom. Go and kill Igbo people in the north. That time, the world will have justification to unleash this anger that has been seething in us for very many decades. We are looking for excuse. And those Southerners in the north, they are the perfect bait, the perfect trap for you. Because you're stupid, you are fallen, you're a janjaweed. We know one day you will rise up to attack them. And that day, the gates of hell will be opened. And you will see something that people will talk about it forever and ever. That madness, I will unleash it on the zoo. You will see it. What you're saying now is just, they call it preamble, appetizer. The main dish is coming. There is only one solution to this very problem. Give me a referendum. That's what I'm asking you for. Allow Biafra to be free, or we all die. I assure you of that. I must thank our people who are in Australia and those who are helping from all over the world, supporting ESN. I know that some of you will now attach yourself and say, I'm supporting as well, when you're not supporting. No. All of you supporting ESN, we know who you are. And we commend all, especially those from the message those of you from Australia sent. I have seen it. And I've acknowledged it. I have accepted it. And it will go to the front line to help defend our forests and our villages. I don't care what journalists write. I don't care what CNN writes about me. New York Times is irrelevant. I don't give a damn what they write. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. What I care about is the freedom of Biafran people and the freedom of those that want to be free. If you want to be a Fulani slave, bye-bye. Go and be a Fulani slave. All of a sudden, none of you is now talking about those foreigners from Mali. Where are they now? The foreigners from Mali and from Niger, from Chad. Where are they? They're in our forests. And you're asking me to stop or to leave them there. It can never happen. And let me also warn the zoo journalists. Anywhere I see any Fulani person in our forest in the east, I will attack that very place. I will give the order for the place to be attacked. And I will tell you why. I don't want Fulani in our forest. I don't want them there. If you're a Fulani person, you want to do legitimate business, go to the township. If you are all doing or build a house, as you're all doing in the north, then you are finished. I had a joint world press conference or press briefing with Dr. Cho Ayaba of Ambazonia. And the next day, Daily Trust wrote that, oh, there are Fulani, there is another, is this and another Nasarawa in Calabar. Nasarawa in Calabar. You are dreaming. Everybody must go back to where they come from. I will gladly receive any time, any day, Biafran people living in the north to come back home so we can build it. You cannot be far away and be biting, no? Come back home, as the Jews did in Israel, or else they will kill you in the north. I know that some of you in the north, they will use your blood to try and hasten the coming of Biafra. Because one day the Fulanis will rise up. Mark today's date, one day they will rise up and they will kill all of you in the north. And then Biafra will come very quickly. Because then we will unleash our madness and the world will know that we are justified in doing what we are doing. That is why you must all come back home, or else you will die there. Somebody posited, and I believe that to be true, The reason why the Fulanis are causing problems in Nigeria is because they are not even indigenous to Nigeria. They are not Nigerians. I mean, if there's anything called Nigerians, anyway. They are not. The land they took from Hausa people. The same Hausa people today are foolishly and idiotically towing their path. I wish the Hausas can rise up. I wish all of you can stop being so cowardly and rise up to take what belongs to you. As for us, we're not going back. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what you write. We don't care what you do. This is a battle between light and darkness, and we are the children of light. As we give our children as names, we are not going to go back. God Almighty in heaven is with us. Even Quran is backing what we're doing. Why should we back down? We're not going to do that. And on that note, we have come to the end of this very brief but emergency broadcast that the army patrolling our land, you're putting your lives in danger. You have no right to be there. You have no right to go and fight Boko Haram. You have no right to be there. It is not the duty of the army to be patrolling and disturbing innocent people. You have no duty to be in our land. The idiots that came to Ozubulu and I tweeted and they disappeared, we will find all of you. I'm saying it so you can copy what I'm saying and disappear all over. The Nigerian army are a bunch of terrorists in uniform. They are the ones aiding and abating the terrorists you have in our forests. So they themselves are terrorists. And we classify them as enemies of the people. That thing that will happen next year, let it happen tonight. And on that note, we have come to the end of the program. If you do not know that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, now you know, because we are always right. Because in the end, we win. You know, in the end, we always win. It doesn't matter how stubborn you think you are. Ultimately, you will come round to saying that you are right. What Nnamdi Kanu is saying is right. What type of is doing? Didn't Nyamu not do something? When the fool left office, did not say something? Is Omahi not saying something? And a few other repented people, are they not saying something now? Because some of you forget or tend to forget that we are under divine instruction from heaven itself, not from man. Everything I see, mere mortals cannot see it. Before something happens, I see it years ahead in advance. If you don't know that we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, then you are mistaken. I have an assignment for all zoo animals called Nigerians. Go back and check Aisha Buhari's speech. She said, we have everything here in Aso Rock Clinic to treat every illness. I myself, I take my treatment here. Then what is the husband doing abroad? You ask. From going for medical treatment or medical checkup, it is now on holidays. According to the letter they said, the idiot in London wrote to King, whatever, is it Abdallah of Jordan? They are playing with all of you because they know you're all fools. Nigerians are fools. May God help all of you. But above all, may Elohim bless, sustain, and keep Biafra. I thank all of you for listening. And from now onwards, I'm going to be live on air every 2 days because things are happening. We must be every 2 days, we're going to be live on air. And I will encourage my Yoruba brethren to please continue what you're doing and intensify the effort. Intensify it. You know how slimy these people are, or else Tinubu will hijack everything before you. For the Fulani Caliphate, they are part and parcel of the Fulani terrorist machinery. And we must meet them. Wherever we find them, we shall meet them.
Biafra,
women leaders. Our father, the last respect we own. Our women are wonderful.
We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. There was a nation living in peace and unity. Yeah. They are people with love and harmony. Oh, yeah. They saw greatness rise up to its purity. With another people of different culture, ideal heritage, bias and oppressive. Oh, I see. A nation from trigger of Africa, rising with strength and might and power. In due time, nobody gonna praise us. Rather, you all gonna embrace her. With your flag, with your flag, with your flag, with your flag. Oh yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. Oh yeah, Biafra is our home. Oh, it's my home. Yeah, Biafra is our home.
I reminisce way back 1967. Death toll and the blood couldn't count them even. Mama screaming, child squealing, pops on the ground. 2.5 years, over 3 million's gone. Why? Cause we asked for our freedom, and we're going back to our sovereign kingdom. They shut us down when we cried, the world said nothing. Sitting back in the crib, watching our suffering. Should I talk about the place dropping shells like rain? Suka had the first taste of a hero's blood. Abagana Zobuni way was stronger than flood, but the juke is too strong and fought them off on the chart. Thought the bloodshed's gone, then it came again. 216 and the massacre, it started again. So bloody name, I couldn't cry tears. Blood dripping down my eyes, water in my veins. We died trying to fight the cause and we're trying to break him. It's our freedom, but the world was against us.
Wave your flag over Africa. Welcome people of Biafra. Wave your flag over all the world. See those people of Zion is here.
It is a nation that the Lord has chosen for the people of Zion. It is a nation that the Lord has chosen for the people of Zion.
We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. Hey. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. I see the rising sun from Africa. Oh, this is time of victory. Oh, yeah. I see future in Africa. Oh yeah, people of Biafra. See light shining on the world. Oh yeah.
The king of kings of music again on this one. Your boy's Dave. But that target we no be forget you way. Kick out like we no be forget you way. Brother Wabi we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. Betty Alash we no be forget you way. Abdul Bello, we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. Meme Raymond, we no be forget you way. Brother Chop Do, we no be forget you way. Chamani, we no say you don't go, we no go forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no go forget you way. Brother Scoopy, we no be forget you way. Grand Joji, we no be forget you way. As I be say you don't go, but I no go forget you way. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you way. Mama Tina, take a molo molo way. Kababelo, take a molo molo way. Babanjile, yatila wale wale le. Bazila wale wangonji, over there in control. Kongonza kunyo there in control. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Attention, whoa. Atunu bakuzu. Tuzu batankunyo. Trafina chefi. Wanyanyoka. Wazi walu walu. Atankunyo. Unakana mbiana jicha. Yena wa. Okinama. Na watokpa mama yasu. Yojiwa yotokpa wa yasu. Ye bongumbe bonguna la wakundi ko byala. Ye bongumbe matamuna la wakundi ko byala. Fonje bo sakuole. Sakuole wajiwa bankumba sakuole. Oh basakuole. Meringwete sakuole. Basakuole. Bembuto de bale. Mama de bale. Bemba bien de bale. Ala bakundi ko byala. Oh bien de bale. Ala bakundi ko byala. Petit Allah, we no be forget you, we no go forget you, we no be forget you. Nkigola, we no be forget you, we no be forget you, we no go forget you.
Brother Wabi,
we no be forget you, we no go forget you, we no be forget you.
Grand Joji,
we no be forget you, we no be forget you, we no go forget you.
Meme Raymond,
we no be forget you, we no go forget you, we no be forget you.
My Abdul Bello,
I no go forget you, I no be forget you, I no go forget you.
My brothers and sisters of Kimezun land,
we no be forget you, we no go forget you, we no be forget you.
Great people of our Kimezun land,
we no be forget
young men who are the
we no
bright
be forget you, we no go forget you.
Only the handsome girl, he's the final judge.
We no be forget you.
So all my brothers in the northwest and southwest,
we no be forget you.
Accept my condolence.
We no be forget you, God. We no be forget you.
Supreme Commander,
we no go forget you.
When he says yes, no man
we
can
no
say.
We no be forget you. We no go
Lord have
forget
mercy.
you. We no be forget you.
Thank you, Jesus. Sakunyo
we no be forget you.
She came and down a bimbo hoyasu.
We no go forget you.
Mandi ko yala de go.
We no be forget you. We no
go forget you. Shanye she ale wangumu ndama muyasele. Hey wangumu mutimi shingela muyasele. Oh my brothers, with tears in my eyes, I am crying. Me say Jehovah, have mercy, oh have mercy, oh Lord.
We no be forget you. We no be forget you. We no go forget you.
But that again, we no be forget you. Kiko like we no be forget you. Brother Wabi, we no be forget you. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you. Pretty Alash, we no be forget you. Abdul Bello, we no be forget you. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you. We no say you don't go, we no be forget you.
We no be forget you, we no go forget you. We no be forget you. We no be forget you, we no be forget you. We no go forget you.
This is from Biafra's Got Talent. We are letting Biafrans know the reason why we should remember those who gave their lives for